Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
We can live our lives without breaking the law, but that doesn't mean you won't be accused of committing a crime. Hi, my name is Seth Morris with Liberty Law Group. If you've been accused of a crime, your job, your family, and your freedom is at stake. At Liberty Law Group, our skilled and relentless trial attorneys pride themselves on tackling difficult cases and providing the highest quality representation for our clients. To learn more, go to libertylawnebraska.com. Again, that's libertylawnebraska.com.
Rappin' with Rico and former All-American quarterback Steve Taylor, Nebraska Football Hall of Famer.
Blitz is on. Taylor picks it up. Fires. Touchdown, Nebraska.
Canadian Football League Grey Cup champion.
Taylor again, wide open.
And first-team All-American quarterback Steve Taylor.
5 for Steve Taylor. That is a new Nebraska record.
Two-time Nebraska high school track and field state runner-up and two-time captain for the University of Nebraska Kearney track and field team, Enrique Alvarez Clary, better known as Rico. Live from the heart of Lincoln, America, this is Rappin' with Rico and former All-American quarterback Steve Taylor.
Welcome in, everybody. Rapping with Rico and former All-American quarterback Steve Taylor. I am Rico, joined by Steve Taylor to my left.
Yes.
Steve,
yes.
Good sir. How are you?
Dude, I'm actually doing okay. I had a lot of stuff going on yesterday, but I'm hanging in there. I'm doing all right. Yeah. I'm doing more than all right, actually.
Doing more than all right?
I'm doing more than all right.
That's fantastic. Good. It's a nice day outside.
Yeah, it could be it's a little windy.
It's a little windy?
Well, it's a little breezy. So I'm hoping by the time I catch my boys on the back that it's not
you ain't in the transfer portal.
Yeah. It's not the transfer portal. It's called free agency.
It's transfer portal season.
It's free agency.
It's transfer portal season, man.
Free agency.
It's time. It's the most wonderful time of the year for some.
How cool is that, man? You can be a free agent every year.
Well, not every year.
Yeah, you are. You can literally be a free agent every year, right? Are there rules?
Not every year, because if you only have a certain amount of times that you can transfer before you have to sit out a year.
Oh, really? Well,
yeah. So you get one free transfer, right? So you get one free transfer.
Oh, you do? Okay. Well, educate me.
Okay. So if your coach isn't fired, none of that. You get one free transfer. If your coach gets fired, that's also a free transfer. I think that either one of those, I think you still got that.
And that happens.
That happens a decent amount.
Yeah.
And then when you graduate, you transfer as a grad transfer play right away.
So you literally you got two years you can be a free agent.
You have about two times,
which is out of 4 or 7. Some guys
depends on how long you stay.
Yeah, well, guys had this COVID. I heard one guy says he's going to sign for his 6th or 7th year. I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah,
that was almost my CFL career.
Yeah, fun stuff. You got guys who are. Somebody said I think it's Bo Nix or something. Is like 24 years old as a quarterback in college.
Crazy. That was like my 3rd year playing.
And I think it was C.J. Anderson was a running back in the NFL. I think he's retired. I'm not 100% on that one, but he tweeted out that when he was 24, he was already a Pro Bowler and a Super Bowl champion.
Dude, how cool is that, man? I tell my kids and guys, stay in college as long as you can. There's no rush to get into the real world.
No. And look,
once you get there, you're there.
There's the COVID. There's if there's any type of injuries, you get a red shirt as well. You have your regular red shirt. I don't think he had a regular red shirt because he played right away as a freshman. So he's had all of his years. Michael Penix has had a bunch of years.
I think Casey Thompson, I just read something or heard
he's getting his 6th year.
6th year, too.
Yeah,
because he already has his master's. Not much money you can save.
I think he's going to get another master's.
Cool. Dude, that's cool.
Another year. I don't know if he's going to stay at FAU or if he's going to transfer, but he tore his ACL 4 games into the season. So if he does that's going to be it'll be risky if he does decide to transfer, because the school, they'll be taking him like, we've seen you at Texas, at Nebraska, and then 4 games at FAU. We're taking on the fact that we believe you'll be healthy enough to come back and still play the way that you did.
I would think after you'd be tired of selling your house and moving.
Yeah, I think he'll stay at FAU. It'll be good.
But it's tough, man.
It'll be good. Hey, speaking of teams and transfers, it is portal season. But what I want to talk about first,
free agency, not portal. It's free agency.
Free agency season doesn't sound as fun. Portal season sounds fun. More fun.
Free agency sounds better to me. It sounds like more money.
Well, yeah, there's money in the portal anyways. I want to talk about the college football playoff.
What about it, man?
That was announced after the conference championship games were played.
Those poor guys.
I think that there was a team that got screwed out of it, and the college football playoff committee only wants the money. I haven't been able to talk about it because I was gone Monday and Tuesday, but now I get to talk about it with Steve. And Steve,
and once again, my opinion is the only one that matters.
It's the only one that matters.
And I'm right, because look what has happened, right? So I kept saying, why do you want to go play in a bowl game? A meaningless game.
Everybody wants to play in a bowl game.
No, they don't, dude. First of all, no, they don't. If you're Florida State, do you want to go play in a bowl game?
Well, they've already I think a safety and an offensive tackle have already entered the transfer portal. An offensive tackle, he played what they said, like 380 snaps this year.
Now you like my kids and my wife. You totally went to a totally different subject. What are you talking about now?
Florida State.
What about transfer portal? We're talking about the playoffs.
But that's what you said, a meaningless bowl game. I'm saying that already. You were asking if Florida State wants to play in it. I'm saying that a tackle who has played 380 snaps, they have a bowl game. He entered the transfer portal.
See, I told you, he doesn't want to play. He doesn't want to play in a bowl game. It's a meaningless game. All you're going to get is a chance to get hurt, and you're either going to get a W or a loss or a draw. What does that do for you? Absolutely nothing.
If you're Florida State, you feel some sort of way already because you should be in the playoff.
Well,
like you should be.
That's another point why I wouldn't play, because it's like you should be playing in the playoff.
Like you should. There are other schools that you weren't going to get in the playoff. Whatever, you have the bowl game. If you're an NFL draft prospect, you're not going to play. Whatever. But the other guys, it's a bowl game. They're going to play in it. But if you are a Power 5 undefeated Power 5 champion,
it's over.
You should be in the playoff.
Okay, well, now you really sound like my wife. It's like, what if this, if
that's
that.
not even an if. They should be.
Well, no, they're not in the
this
playoff.
Has never had an undefeated Power 5 champion has never been left out of the playoff.
Well, welcome to the real world, Rico. This is the real world, man.
It's ridiculous. It's dumb.
It is ridiculous.
It's dumb.
I said this many years ago when they went to the playoff system. I never forget this. I was talking to Coach Osborne at Madonna. And when they can't, because he had something, he called in or whatever, right? And I was like, that's ridiculous to have 4 teams. It's absolutely ridiculous. Any team that's ranked in the top 10 would have a chance to be national champions and should have a playoff system. They should have done it right from the very beginning. It's been a kerfuffle ever since they've had it. But now, hopefully, that's why this year, man, is just a huge asterisk. Huge. Because really, Florida State's not even in the game.
No.
So you have some teams. No, Oregon's not in the game. Oregon has 2 losses, but there are teams out there
who definitely, if it was 12,
you would have a little bit. And you saw what happened with the Auburn and Alabama game. You saw what happened with the Georgia, the championship game, and Alabama. What happened? Football. Any sport is who's better that day, who's playing better football that day, who gets the breaks that day. That increases your chances of going to the next game. And so all that's been taken out by a committee. All that. So to me, this whole it has an asterisk, because you're right. Florida State, I don't care if they had their 5th string quarterback. They should have had the opportunity to go forward, and they don't. It's a shame. It's a shame, and they can rationalize it, justify it any way they can. And in the real world, this is what it is. Whoever wins will be national championships in 2023, 2024. You always have the controversy with the teams that did not make the playoffs. So that's just the way it is. So, and that just what I say, why go play in some worthless bowl game? I mean, how defeated are you right now if you're Florida State and go play in so you go beat up on someone?
It could go either way. It could be that it could but I'm saying it could be they don't want to play in it, so they have no motivation. People transfer, people sit out, people go to the NFL draft. Or it could be, let's show you why we should have been in the playoff. And they beat somebody 73-0.
They've already showed us this over the course of the year why they should be in the playoffs.
I know.
One more game is not going to convince me either way. If anything, it could hurt them. If they go and
lose, then people will be like, "Oh, see, they should have been in the playoffs."
Yeah, you got your 3rd string or 4th string quarterback. You didn't have a chance, so that's why. No, just it's sad. It's sad.
I'm just upset because that's the thing that everybody that is in the bigger media markets is using is, they're on their backup quarterback. They were on their 3rd string. They barely got by a bad Florida team and this and that. And I'm like, okay, well, they were on their 3rd string because their 2nd string had a concussion, but he'd be back for the playoff. And he led them to a victory, the week previous. Yeah, it didn't look pretty, but guess what? They still won. They still have a solid defense. Whereas, Alabama has lost to Texas. Texas has lost to Oklahoma. They didn't look good in those games. Alabama struggled against a very bad Auburn team that got the doors blown off them by New Mexico State.
But that's a rival game. So there's so many extenuating circumstances.
Florida State and Florida is a rivalry game.
That's precisely my point. Those championship games need to go. They eventually will be playoff games because it's unfortunate because it's a rival game, dude.
Mm-hmm.
So the atmosphere is totally different than just a regular season game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so it can be tough. I mean, so that's another reason why. That's why the March Madness that's why it's so great. That's why volleyball is so great. Any sport that have a true playoff system, that's the beauty of it because you have no idea who's going to win, and any team has the ability to be better that day.
Mm-hmm.
That's the beauty of it. Now, next year, we're going to be closer to that. With how many teams next year?
12.
We're going to have 12 teams. So you're going to have a legitimate chance.
I think that's too many.
No, it's not too many.
I think 8 would have been the perfect number.
No, but you're going to consider the other 4 like wild card teams.
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember my team, Jim Plunkett with the Oakland Raiders, won the Super Bowl because they were the wild card team.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the Giants did it twice.
So that's the beauty of that. So with 12, it eliminates all the uncertainty of who should make it and who could have won.
Because you're going to get your 5 Power 5. Well, I don't know Power 5 anymore because there's no Pac-12. So you're going to get your 4 Power 4 conference teams and your best group of 5 team.
Who knows how
those are your 5 automatic qualifiers, and then it's wild cards after that.
I'm excited next year to see how they restructure all the conferences and what they do, divisions, or however they go about it. And we're getting closer to that. So it's taken us a long period of time, but we are getting closer to it. So that's a good thing. But this year is a huge asterisk because of what's went down. And this could have been a great year. I mean, I think Michigan is going to get rolled. I really do. So we're going to see what happens.
Because Michigan has Alabama, out the gates, 1-4, and then Texas Washington is going to be fun.
That's going to be a great game.
I don't know how much defense is going to be played, but that's going to be fun.
They play some. Yeah,
that's going to be a lot of points.
Yeah, it could be, but hey, that's what makes it exciting. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be, and I think that Florida State Washington also would have been fun.
I mean, wouldn't it be something if you had a Texas and Alabama rematch in the championship game?
Oh, that'd be crazy. I really hope that doesn't happen.
It could happen.
I don't want that to happen. I don't want the 3.
That's why we're going to watch.
I don't think you've had a 3-4 matchup in the college football championship yet.
The way it's set up now,
I think a 1 and a 2. I think either a 1 or a 2 is always made. I don't think a 1's. I'll have to go back. I'm not sure the last time a 1 was upset, but yeah, it's. I'm still going to be upset. I'm going to be upset for a while about it. Again, I don't have any connection to any of the teams in the playoff or anywhere close to the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I can have, I guess, an objective angriness about this because I don't have strong feelings about Michigan or Washington or Alabama or Texas or Florida State or was it Oregon, Georgia? Like I could care less about any of those teams.
But you're not a Big Ten advocate?
No, I don't. Okay, I'm not a root for the conference guy. No, I don't care. No. If you're just because you're in the Big Ten, I don't care if you win or not.
That is one thing I will agree with you because I'm not a huge fan of the Big Ten.
Yeah, people go, "Oh, we want the Big Ten to win, so we look better." Be like, no, I don't care. Yeah. Just win and you look good.
I'm on your side with that. I have really no allegiance. You
don't need the Big Ten to look good to make you feel better about yourself. Just win.
I love you.
Although if in the Florida State case, just win, you're in. That's not true.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, man. That's football, though. That's football. So,
I feel bad for Florida State, and now their governor is like trying to get all of the documents from emails and text messages and recordings from the college football playoff because they say billions of dollars has been lost from the state of Florida and Tallahassee by not having Florida State in the playoff.
I was being the realtor and general contractor that I am, because we always amend contracts, right? You can always change things and make them better, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if it would have been possible for them to implement that this year.
What?
The additional 12. They could have amended the rights. I bet it could have happened. You think it could have happened?
I don't think so, because they would have had the TV contracts and they'd have to find everybody, the people who are going to cover the games, where they're going to play the games, because next year it'll be home sites for the first round. And then I think they're going to bowl game sites. I'll have to look into it again, but it would have been a headache and a big hassle to get that done in a month, maybe less than a month.
I think it could have been done. I think that's what I was intrigued that if they wanted to amend the committee bylaws or whatever it was, find venues in a neutral site where games could be played and put them together. Obviously, there are going to be vacant stadiums in the month of December, right? When did the playoffs start?
The playoffs are New Year's Six Bowls. So the first round
no one's
there.
playing football.
So December 31st and New Year's Day.
In all these venues, right? No one's playing football. You don't know what's booked. Like, you don't know if in Indianapolis if that is booked, right? You don't know what venues. Is the Rose Bowl booked? I mean, you don't know what venues are booked. The staff is there. I just wonder, and come on. The TV, they can shuffle and move some things around when there's big money to be made.
That's true. When there's money involved, they can find a way to do anything.
I was just curious. Hey, let's see if we can amend this and make this happen. I think it could have worked. People have plenty of time to get their tickets and buy tickets, and it could be done.
It would have happened. They would have gotten it done. So
think about that.
So the semifinals are the Rose Bowl, Alabama and Michigan, and the Sugar Bowl, which the Sugar Bowl is played, not the Peach Bowl. I think that one's played in New Orleans. The Sugar Bowl's played in New Orleans.
I did forget you do have some bowl games, these worthless bowl games being played.
So technically, when you win the semifinal, you win a bowl game. So the winner of Alabama and Michigan will be the winner of the Rose Bowl, and the winner of Washington, Texas will be the winner of the Sugar Bowl.
Well, they could have played this week, and whoever had home field advantage could have played at their stadium.
Yeah, the Caesars home field advantage.
Think about that for a minute.
Superdome. That's right.
No one's playing in Michigan.
No,
right? No one's playing there. They would have had home field advantage. They're number one, so they would just go to Michigan and play the game.
They wouldn't, because
why not?
Because you are not going to get any SEC team to go up to Michigan in late December, especially when the committee and look, I don't care if I don't think I'm going to get in trouble for this. I don't care. The SEC and ESPN are in each other's pockets.
Hey.
All right. So you're not going to get an SEC team and ESPN to go up to Michigan in late December in the cold. They're not going to send Alabama or Georgia up to Ohio State or up to Michigan when it's 20 degrees out, because guess what? They could lose. Steve, they could lose.
Exactly.
And they don't want that.
But that's the beauty of it.
ESPN doesn't want that.
Look at the NFL. When you got to go to Green Bay and play. When I was in Canada, they had to go to Edmonton and play when we had to buy.
Yeah,
right?
but Edmonton didn't have ESPN in their pocket.
Well, we had a TSN or ESPN. Whatever. Yeah. I'm just saying that if you're the number one seed, they got to come to you and play. Mm-hmm. That's just the way it is. You got to go into their venue and you got to play. That's what makes. So it could have been done.
If they would have done that, if they would have done that, you know what they would have done? What? Alabama would have jumped up to 1, because they're not sending anybody to Michigan. They're not doing it.
I think that'd have been great. It could have been done.
It probably could have. When there's money involved, when there's this much money involved, they'll figure it out.
Let's back up. Because Michigan would have been the number one seed, and whoever's at the bottom would have been playing against Michigan.
So they would have made sure that it's not an SEC team.
I don't care. No, whoever's ranked 10, 11th, or 12th, right? They would, however they break up the brackets, they would have to go right to Ann Arbor and play there. That's the way it is. That's what you get because you finished so low.
That's how it should be.
That's how it should be, and maybe it will be like that. I bet it could have been done, dude.
I know this next year, the top 4 seeds will have buys.
Yeah,
so the top 4 will have buys, and then you'll have your.
That's right. The top team has a bye.
Yeah.
They played Alabama, so they have to go to Alabama and play.
Yeah. So 1 through 4 will have buys, and then 5 through 12 will play each other. Then they'll move on, and I think it's. Again, I'll have to look into it again. I can't remember. I've just been upset about FSU. I think it's still host sites. Yeah, I think it's still host sites at the universities. I know.
Crying over spilled milk.
I know I am. And then they'll go to bowl games after that.
I just thought how cool that would have been if they would have attempted to amend that and make that happen, because this would have been a great year to get ready for next year, right?
That would have been wild. Awesome. That would have been wild.
I'm always forward thinking, with that.
If they would have decided to do that.
I make quick decisions all the time on the job site. I got a parade home I'm building right now, and I go to job site 3 or 4 times a day, and I'm making decisions. Hey, we can do this. We can get this done. Guys like, oh no, we can't. Like, no, we can't. Let's just do it.
We'll figure it out.
Let's do it. Let's figure it out, man.
Let's do it now. We'll figure it out later.
Got some smart people there.
They'll be all good.
All right.
That's doing it for the first segment. Up next, Heisman finalists were announced.
God, I'm changing that too. I got a new name for that.
Heisman finalists were announced. Yeah. And again, it's portal or free agency season, as Steve says. Yeah. Nebraska's had a couple guys enter the portal, and I think one is rumored to happen, might have happened already, but we'll talk about some of the potential portal guys or some of the guys that have hopped in the portal from Nebraska and who Nebraska might be targeting in the portal. Up next, Rappin with Rico and former All-American quarterback Steve Taylor.
Hello, this is Mary Pat Waite. I've had the privilege of working with Lincoln families as their realtor for more than 31 years. And I'm so proud to be associated with MP Dodge Real Estate. For me, your transaction is unique in its own way. My experience allows me to bring you trusted care and a really great outcome. My NP Dodge family shares the same client focus.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Experience flexibility like never before with Ace Rent-to-Own. Whether you're decorating a new home or upgrading your electronics, they provide easy payment plan options that suit your budget. No credit checks, no hefty interest rates, just straightforward renting solutions designed with you in mind. Find great options to make a beautifully furnished space or surround yourself with the latest gadgets. With Ace Rent-to-Own, it's all within your grasp. Visit acerentoown.com and bring home more than just a product. Bring home a lifestyle.
Have you seen the new Nebraska Lottery Holiday Classic scratch tickets?
Did you say holiday?
Yeah.
I love the holidays.
Okay, well, these new scratch tickets have...
Did you say scratch tickets?
That's right.
I love Nebraska Lottery scratch tickets.
And who wouldn't? They make great stocking stuffers, plus they're fast, fun, and easy.
Did you say fast, fun, and easy?
I did.
I love fast, fun, and easy.
How much coffee have you had today?
Did you say coffee?
Top prize odds vary by game.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
I could write a commercial telling you how great waffle weekends are at the chocolate season. Or I could just have Rico read you the menu.
Banana Nutella. Nutella topped Belgian waffle with homemade whipped cream, chocolate chips, and freshly sliced bananas. Baconator. Buttermilk waffle with bacon slices tucked inside, topped with salted whipped butter, caramelized pecans, and pure maple syrup.
Waffle weekend brunches at the chocolate season.
PB&J.
40th and Old Cheney or online at thechocolateseason.com.
Muchachos has been Lincoln's leader for New Mexican barbecue for a few years now, and they've expanded into Omaha. That's right, you can get all your favorites like the pipeline burrito with 3 meats, rice, beans, queso, and crushed chips, or any of their great taco options in Lincoln or Omaha. Plus, they want to give back, as the Malachi Coleman Give-A-Rito, a 2-meat hatchback burrito, gives proceeds to the Fly Like Kai Foundation for the Lincoln foster care community. Stop by Muchachos in Lincoln at 11th and L or in Omaha at 1258 South 13th Street.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
Hey, it's Chad with the Nutrition Authority inviting you to stop in and check out the all-new complete post-workout recovery, CPR. CPR is ideal for anyone who works out or competes and wants to maximize results. CPR can only be found at Nutrition Authority. Stop in today and try a free sample or visit us at mynutritionauthority.com.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Happy holidays from Hamilton. As we celebrate the joy of this holiday season, we are grateful for our loyal customers, the communities we serve, and our outstanding employees. Hamilton takes great pride in connecting and protecting your business with the latest in telecommunications and technology solutions. From our Hamilton family to yours, we wish you a merry and bright holiday season and prosperous new year. Happy holidays from all of us here at Hamilton.
Introducing The Outlet by Sartor Heyman. The Outlet brings you luxurious Sartor Heyman quality jewelry at unbeatable prices. Shop our expansive inventory of overstocked merchandise and a vast estate collection that just hasn't found its home yet. This is your chance to own stunning designer jewelry at a fraction of the cost. Elevate your style at The Outlet by Sartor Heyman, where luxury and affordability meet. Downtown at 12th and O or online at sartorheyman.com.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
The Lincoln forecast for today, expecting mainly sunny skies, be breezy at times, but warm. We'll see a high of around 60. Tonight, mainly clear skies expected with a low near 37. And tomorrow, more sunshine and warmth returns. We'll see an afternoon high of around 62. I'm meteorologist Kyle Kleckner for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back to Rappin' with Rico and former All-American quarterback Steve Taylor on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're having heated discussions out in our green room right now about some halftime acts for basketball games and just some interesting things being said and thrown around.
Dude, why am I so far it's like I'm the only one that kind of enjoyed the halftime entertainment at the Creighton game.
So
I thought it was cute and funny.
So for anybody who is unawares, Nebraska-Creighton played on Sunday. Nebraska got lost by 29 points, but the halftime act was really the point of discussion for a lot of people.
Yeah.
The Superstars, 3 inflatable animals, one was named Kevin Durant Eater, performed at halftime. And a lot of people were upset about it. But we have one person who liked it.
I enjoyed it. It's just like watching, which I seen Terrell do, those 2 sumo guys fight.
Yeah.
You like Little Red, right? What he does.
I don't like Little Red.
Oh, I'm okay. What I'm not surprised that you don't like Little Red.
I am not a Little Red stan. So
okay, well, I thought it was cute and fun and enjoyable. I had my beer, my mango beer, and I had my little hot dog all with all the trimmings, and I was sitting there watching them do all these weird things,
fall down and flip,
snout on him,
yeah.
the snail shooting the stuff out of his nose.
Yeah,
I thought it was cool. I thought it was very appropriate.
I thought it was funny. I think that unfortunately for them, the game wasn't going well, so that's probably why a lot of people were upset.
Okay, now
if Nebraska
was narrative.
Yeah, if Nebraska was, and I'll stick with this. I don't care what anybody says. If Nebraska was up by 10 or up by 5, if Nebraska was up at halftime,
why would you let that affect whether or not you enjoy that?
Because they're upset because Nebraska's getting the doors blown off them by Creighton.
You know what I tell everybody nowadays? You know what I tell people?
What?
I said you need to watch Ted Lasso. Everyone needs to get Ted Lasso, more of Ted Lasso in them.
I've heard that's a great show.
And the world would be a better place. So I practice Ted Lasso. I try to practice Ted Lasso.
I've heard that's a great show.
Why not? It's so easy to be nice and loving and caring. It really is. Versus the other way, like you, hating all the time.
I'm not hating all the time. I'm a very positive person. I'm a nice person.
That hate 85% of the time.
Well, some things are dumb.
Okay, see, that's what I'm talking about.
And you know what? Dumb things need to be called out as being dumb.
Amon Green and Terrell and some guys were talking about that outside. And I was like, I said, dude, I'm not eavesdropping or nothing, but I'm the only one that enjoyed that.
Apparently.
I said, are you talking about the halftime show? They said, yeah. I said, I'm the only. So far, it's like I'm the only one. Actually, Amon Green agreed with me because he's a video guy.
Yeah.
He likes video games and stuff, you know.
I saw the clips of it and I thought it was funny.
See, it was funny.
I wouldn't have booed it like apparently a lot of people did. Did people, was it like a lot of boos after they were done or while they were going?
I know the guys, there was 4 guys. Dude, it's weird when guys sit and they chat like women. Okay, I shouldn't have said that. My apologies. They chatted the whole time during the game about just stuff like.
Just talking, like not even watching the game, just talk, not even talking about the game.
Yeah, they're talking about the game, watching the game, and making all these innuendos and references about players. And it's interesting when I like to get into like a fan's mind and a fan's psychic and what gets them going and how they feel, because they can't do anything, right? They can't shoot, they can't jump, almost like you, right? They can't do anything, right?
Rude, not true.
Okay, you can run track. You run track. Okay.
I can run. I can jump.
You can run in straight line.
I could dunk a volleyball when I was in high school.
Volleyball on what? Those little miniature?
No, I couldn't grip a basketball. That was the thing. So I could grip a volleyball, so I could dunk a volleyball.
Precisely my point. Okay.
If you threw it up there, I'd go get it.
Okay. Anyway, it was just interesting here. I told my wife, I said, these dudes are just chatting crazy behind us. Like, watch the game. Anyway, it's just kind of interesting. And they were not happy with the half. And I said, dude, come on, man. I said, give them a break. Then they're
said, doing their best.
Then they said, you're right.
They're doing their best.
They threw one guy out of the game. That was 5 seasons. He was drunk, of course. And he was
a little too much,
cursing and doing all that. Anyway, all right, where were we?
Not great.
Where were we? So I thought the halftime show was okay.
Yeah, it was a good halftime. It was cute.
It was cute.
Portal / free agency season is upon us. Nebraska looking in the portal for their $1.5, $2 million quarterback.
Well, I don't know.
The coaches are on the road.
I hope they spend their money wisely.
The coaches are on the road. A couple guys that they have visited or are rumored to visit. 2 names stick out.
Okay, look at it this way. First of all, before we go there.
Yep, go ahead.
Who do you think that's out there that's a realistic get for us? And for
that
them,
would cost that much?
That would cost, that they would be willing to spend. Because now they got in their mindset they want to spend about $1 million or $1 million.
Yeah.
So they have that money in their pocket. That's what they want to spend. So
who's realistic? Because I know I can name some guys who would cost that much. I don't know how realistic they are.
Not the guys that I know. We know that. That's the easiest answer.
Yeah.
But the more difficult thing is this is when coaching comes and evaluation really comes into play.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to be frugal and mindful with the money that you spend, because you go out and spend that kind of money and it doesn't pay off, you're in the world in trouble.
You can be frugal with your money. You got enough of it.
If you're a quarterback right there, who's out there in a situation that Nebraska could get realistically at quarterback? So who's out there that they can get realistically that would improve our chances of winning way more football games than what we have in the past?
I don't know who the realistic targets are.
I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
No, I know what you mean. I don't know who the real because I don't know who would be interested in coming to Nebraska and playing in the offense as it's currently constructed. But if they had some guys that maybe they were bringing with them, or if the offense just was off last year because of the quarterback and it could be better, there are some guys that I see that Nebraska could get. I mean, right now, a guy that I didn't think was even on the radar was even a possibility, Kyle McCord, and that one's gaining steam. The Ohio State starter is in the portal.
Okay.
And apparently him to Nebraska is gaining a lot of steam. And that doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Why not?
He was a starter at Ohio State. Why are you going to transfer to Nebraska?
This is why this whole free agency transportal thing is they're going to have some rules and some restrictions on it, and they're going to have to regulate it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's going to come. So put yourself in his shoes, or put yourself in the quarterback from K-State shoes. These are just the obvious guys that we've kind of seen, right? Because I don't pay that much attention to all that stuff until it happens. So if you're the Ohio State quarterback who started and led your team to the number 2, number 3 ranking in the country, all the facilities in the world, everything.
Got everything.
Got everything there. How much money would they have to give you to come to Nebraska to make it work? What year is he? He has 2 more years left.
No,
right?
I think he has 1 or 2. I'll have to look exactly.
Well, if he's definitely a 1, I definitely wouldn't go after him. First of all, if I'm a coach, I'm going after a guy that I can retain for 2 years. Have a chance to retain for 2 years. If I'm going to give them that
2-year guy.
I want a 2-year contract. I don't want a one and done. I want a 2-year contract. If I'm putting myself in the mindset of the coaches, I want a 2-year guy. Right? It gives you chances to groom the guys that you have behind him.
He is a junior, so yeah, 2 years, I think. Right, I believe maybe 1 year. No,
yeah, 1 year.
This is a junior now, so yeah, 1 year. 1 year.
Okay, so I wouldn't go after him. Too much money, not enough time. Right? That's not going to make a big difference in the future. So I'm thinking in the future, more so long down the line. Down the line. So I wouldn't go after that guy. First of all, he'd be a hard get to get.
He's going to be. So it's confusing. Okay. He's going to be a junior.
Okay, so if he has 2 years,
so he has 2 years.
Okay, so now he's on my board. He's on my board.
Okay, well, possibly. I mean, I feel like he's going to be on a lot of. I mean, he's a former 5-star.
I don't care about the star. I wouldn't really want him because he's not that mobile. There's a reason why Ohio State doesn't want him.
But that's the thing with Nebraska.
That's just me.
That's the thing with Nebraska. And why I was saying that I don't know which quarterbacks would want to play in this offense, because I don't think we know. I don't know if they know what kind of offense they want to run, because they wanted to do a whole mobile quarterback this year because they didn't have anybody that could sit in the pocket and pass the ball. They didn't have anybody who they could take, drop back, take those 2-3 steps, single step, whatever, read the defense, get the ball out. So that's why they went with
we did have that guy. They let him go. They got rid of him.
Yeah.
We did have that guy.
But
Casey was that guy.
So, but with the guys that they had this season, they went with a more mobile quarterback because that's what they wanted to do with the offense.
But you have to go back, Rico. They had that guy.
I know.
They had that guy, and they passed on him.
Yeah.
So why would you go out and get a guy that you didn't want?
Because maybe they didn't think that again, this isn't me saying it. This is just a thought process going through. Maybe they didn't think that he was the guy that could run their offense the way they wanted it to. I don't know. Okay, well, I think he could have, but that's neither here nor there. It's done. He's at Florida Atlantic. So they're going to go out. They're going to get this guy who can sit in the pocket and deliver the rock the way that they want him to. Maybe that's the kind of offense they want to run. Maybe that's what that's the kind of offense that the coordinator wants to run. They're gonna he won't be the quarterback's coach anymore. Maybe they'll go out and get somebody else, and they can run what they want to run. Have the wide receivers, run the routes that they need to run. Hand the ball off to the running backs more often, and not run their quarterback, which then lowers the risk of injury, lowers the risk of your quarterback fumbling the ball as many times as the quarterbacks did this year.
Here's what I think. I think you really have to do your research, and I say this in fact, you're going to have to get a guy like from a smaller conference that has a lot of potential.
There's a guy out there.
Well, who is it? That's what I'm saying. Maybe the public, maybe Husker Nation can chime in and text us and call or whatever, give us some insight on some guys.
It's Jaquan Finn out of Toledo.
Okay. That's okay. So he's at a smaller, because he's going to look at our facilities. He's going to get more pay, more exposure, and all that kind of stuff. I think those are the guys that we have to go after that have 2 or 3 years left in them, that you can look down the line, the big picture, and you may not. I mean, you're gonna have to pay a little bit, but maybe not $1 million, maybe $500, because he's not going to get that at Toledo.
No,
I would think
that's why he's leaving.
I would think, and there are going to be some other.
Well,
schools.
also probably just to get a bigger, go to a bigger school to get his name out there.
Yeah. So other schools like us will be competing against. So I think that could be a realistic get for us.
I mean, they just have to go out and they need to get. They can't miss on this quarterback. They're also
can't miss.
So they went. So this is again, flight tracker, and also what we heard from our very own Steve Sipple. They went out and they met with Kyle McCord.
Yeah.
And now today or yesterday, I don't remember the days, they're going out to Pullman to meet with Washington State's quarterback, who's in the portal, Cam Ward, who 2 years ago was in the portal from Incarnate Word, and I'm going to be honest, I wanted him over Casey Thompson. I thought he was fantastic.
I wouldn't want to be any other way, but honestly,
he goes to Washington State, lights it up there for the Cougars, and is now in the portal again for his final year. But he's one of those guys.
He has 1 year left.
Yeah, he's one of those guys to me where Rule said if we're going in the portal, we're either getting somebody who's going to make a difference right away or somebody we can develop. He's a difference right away.
Or you get two, maybe. You
definitely could.
If you're really outstanding in recruiting, maybe you can get two, and you pay them both $500,000, $600,000, $700,000.
See, but if you're doing that, you're going to the portal, you're getting a guy like this for 1 year, but you're not going to go out and get this guy and Kyle McCord, because McCord only has 2 years. He's not going to go somewhere to sit a bench. So you're going to go out. You get again, this is what happens.
But maybe this other guy would. Maybe the guy coming from Toledo who has 2 or 3 years left.
He only has 2.
Okay, he has 2. Maybe he'll come here.
He was like a 2-year starter at Toledo. He's got big numbers.
No, but look at the situation what Manning's doing in Texas.
But that's a freshman.
But he's elected to stay.
Yeah.
Right? So he's going to have.
That's because he knows that he's the big dog and he can get whatever he wants. So he could easily sit there, and I'm not saying this is happening. He could easily sit there, look at the coaches and be like, I'm thinking about transferring. And they'd be like, no. We'll do this. We'll like do whatever for him.
I think he's playing it right. He has.
And maybe he just really likes Steve Sarkisian.
No, I think he has mature parents, and they know the game. They're looking at what's best interest in the long run, right? So I think what he did, man, is a great move. Shows a lot of character. I mean, it's a win all the way around. And he's gonna have plenty of years to play football, and to get better and watch and learn. So that's the kind of stuff we need. So like it's gonna be interesting to see who Nebraska goes after. It's their job to find these guys, not mine, right? And it doesn't matter what I think anyway. So
I'm glad it's not my job.
I'm gonna wait to see what they do.
I'm not trying to throw this kind of money at people.
And see if they get it right, and see what they do in the spring and then in the fall. Then I make a judgment if they made a good decision or not.
It's crazy how many big name quarterbacks are in the portal right now. Like it's almost ridiculous.
Course,
like
man.
Georgia's backup quarterback, who's a 5-star in high school.
I saw
one of the boys. He's going to Kentucky now. Brock Vandegrift.
He was where now?
He was at Georgia. He is a redshirt sophomore.
Is Georgia bringing someone in? He's a redshirt sophomore.
They're bringing in so they have their other quarterback for another year. Their starter from this year, he's there for another year, and they're bringing in Raiola.
That's why he's leaving. They got two guys. That's why.
Because it'll be their starter goes next year, and then Raiola redshirts and then starts probably as a sophomore.
I get it.
But also, I'm sure they have like 2 other 5-stars in the quarterback room. I mean, it's Georgia, and they've just been stockpiling 5-stars for the longest time.
The closest thing I can relate to that, and that's why I'm not going to be too judgmental on some of those guys, is I never forget my freshman year when I was at Nebraska, and I was having a lot of success on the freshman team. And then McCathron Clayton was in front of me. He was a redshirt sophomore. So he was starting. So he was going to have 3 years of start. I never forget this. I was in the basement at my Lincoln parents' house, and Broderick Thomas and myself, and we watched McCathron Clayton play against Oklahoma State in Stillwater. And Mac had a great game. I mean, we went in there and we beat Oklahoma State in Stillwater. And I actually thought about redshirting. That way, if he was going to start for 2 or 3 years,
you'd still have.
I could still start for 2 years. So I always felt like to get to the pros, you need at least 2 good years to make that happen. So I considered redshirting, and that was early in the season, maybe the 3rd or 4th game in the season, and Nebraska was doing well. They had lost to Fresno, Florida State that year, but they played well after that. So my point is, if I would have been able to go in a transporter, would I have gone in a transporter that year? So that's the only way I can relate to what some of these guys are going through, right? So I don't know. I may have said I'm going in a transporter because Mac looked like he was going to be the guy.
Yeah.
Right. It was fairly early in the year.
Yeah.
Right. Not discounting how I feel about myself and what I could do, just because he's going to be in front of you and he's going to play well enough for you.
It's one of those where
he's not running from competition, but you're like, okay, you want to put yourself in a better position, right? Turns out like I came and played well. Max struggled some games. I got some opportunities to do some things as a freshman and came against Michigan, blah, 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 and then won the job in the spring, and I was a 3-year starter. It worked out well for me, right? Maybe Jerry Godowski was behind me. Maybe he would have went in the portal, right? He filled in and did great after I left. Maybe he would have went in the portal because he said, well, I'm not going to play in front of Steve. Maybe Clete Blakeman backed me up for 2 or 3 years. Maybe he would have gone. I mean, when you start thinking about it this way, right? You got that's at every position. Tyrese Knox, Keith Jones, all these running back situations with these guys jumping the portal. I mean, that would have been a different game. Imagine that. All those guys could have left. So, and that affects your team. So that's why I think there's going to be, in the end, there's going to be some type of regulation, because you can't have guys just jumping ship like that. It's hard to build something, and it's very difficult to build something every year. That would be exhausting as a coach.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, that's part of the job.
That's part of the job, but it's a different day and age.
It's tough, and it's a rough and tumble job now. Well, it always was, but now with the transfer portal trying to keep guys, you got to re-recruit your roster every year.
We got McCord, and we got the guy from Toledo and the guy from K-State. Give us some others.
Those are all guys that you're going to be looking at.
That could be gettable. Guys that could be obtainable, realistically.
I want to look at Grayson McCall, the transfer but again, it's a
I don't want him, dude.
It's a one-year guy out of Coastal Carolina. I really like him if he's healthy.
Pass.
Maybe we'll go through a couple more names. We'll see what's going on. Up next on the final segment of Rappin' with Rico and former All-American quarterback Steve Taylor right here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Whether you're booking a trip to Lincoln for a football game or a volleyball weekend, the Scarlet Hotel at Innovation Campus is the place for you. The Scarlet Hotel is special on many levels, from the delicious Well and Good restaurant on the main floor to the coolest rooftop patio bar in Lincoln, the Barred Owl, on the top floor of the hotel with great views of the city and one of the coolest drink menus. Book your stay or book a staycation today at scarlethotelnebraska.com.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just a professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends.
Introducing The Outlet by Sartor Heyman. The Outlet brings you luxurious Sartor Heyman quality jewelry at unbeatable prices. Shop our expansive inventory of overstocked merchandise and a vast estate collection that just hasn't found its home yet. This is your chance to own stunning designer jewelry at a fraction of the cost. Elevate your style at The Outlet by Sartor Heyman, where luxury and affordability meet. Downtown at 12th and O or online at sartorheyman.com.
Hello, this is Mary Pat Waite. I've had the privilege of working with Lincoln families as their realtor for more than 31 years, and I'm so proud to be associated with MP Dodge Real Estate. For me, your transaction is unique in its own way. My experience allows me to bring you trusted care and a really great outcome. My NP Dodge family shares the same client focus.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Tailored Lights is your go-to local manufacturer and installer of the best landscape lighting. Tailored Lights is excited to highlight the architecture of your home or business and provide a warm environment that feels safe. And for those outside the Lincoln area, they do ship across the country and are happy to work with anyone near or far with lights anywhere from 18 inches to 110 inches. Enhance your curb appeal with an exquisite Tailored Light today. Call 402-432-2572 or go to tailoredlights.com.
Experience flexibility like never before with Ace Rent-to-Own. Whether you're decorating a new home or upgrading your electronics, they provide easy payment plan options that suit your budget. No credit checks, no hefty interest rates, just straightforward renting solutions designed with you in mind. Find great options to make a beautifully furnished space or surround yourself with the latest gadgets. With Ace Rent-to-Own, it's all within your grasp. Visit acerentoown.com and bring home more than just a product. Bring home a lifestyle. You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Hi, I'm Steve Carper for O Street Carpet. For Christmas, we're doing everything possible to help you spruce up your home without making a dent in your holiday budget. If you need new wood flooring, new carpet, ceramic tile, vinyl, area rugs, or custom blinds, you want to shop at O Street Carpet. We offer 12-month same-as-cash financing, Lincoln's best selection in stock, free in-home measuring, and we'll install it right away.
O Street
1732 O Street. We want to make you a customer for life.
Back to Rappin' with Rico and former All-American quarterback Steve Taylor on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Final segment here on 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. And Steve, remember that time you said Florida State, it's a meaningless bowl game, and how would they want to play in it and all that stuff?
Yeah.
So every time I look at my phone, everyone's leaving Texas A&M. And everyone's leaving Texas A&M. There's just transfers left and right. And B, I've already seen like 5 Florida State players in the portal. Like, they're about to play in and again, use new meanings. They're about to play in a New Year's 6 bowl game.
Yeah.
And they've had, I think, what I've seen so far, 4 or 5 people enter the transfer portal today.
Yeah, dude. I thought it's nothing new to me. Makes sense.
This is a wild time.
It is wild.
Wild times we're living in.
I don't know if I would want to. The money sounds good, right? Good thing I'm not, in a terrible state. I'm okay. But it is a wild time. I don't know if I would want to play collegiate sports. I don't know how much fun it would be.
Really?
It's so businesslike and so transient. I look at my relationships. I met one of my friends, Brian Washington, today. Went by to go see him, and I haven't seen him in a while. It was just having all the memories and all the times over those 4 or 5 years we spent together. It's just been great. Guys like Terrell, which I've got to know over the last 10 years. He's younger. But I got so many, Lawrence, Pete, Neil. I got so many guys I went to school with, even cheerleaders and friends of my wife and everything. You have, and if you're leaving all the time, and how do you deal with those relationships? A great story would be like Hurts. He spent majority of his year at Alabama, had some closure and success there, and left after he graduated, and went to Oklahoma. And then you have that great year, and you develop friends. So you kind of have 2 good teams. That's kind of what I had in Canada. I had the Edmonton Eskimos, and I had the Calgary Stampeders, which I was there for quite some time and had some success. So I have those relationships, and that's the beauty of it, But college was different at the time. It was like normally you meet your wife, 80% chance you meet your wife in college, that kind of stuff. The friendships that you get, So I don't know how much fun it would have been, or would be in this day and age. Like I look at Casey Thompson, man. He's been at how many different schools?
3 different colleges.
Yeah, I mean, like
in 6 years.
Can you go back to those schools and just hang out?
Those are somebody I heard. So I think it might have been.
I'm just saying.
No, I get it.
He just comes to mind because he's been in several schools and some good schools and been all over, And I wish I would have had more time with him and his dad and that kind of stuff. But you look at that, and that's the beauty about college. I have one jersey. I have a red jersey, with number 9 on it. And even professionally, I only kept 2 of my helmets that I really wanted. That was, Edmonton and Calgary. The other ones, I was only there for a couple of years, so didn't really mean as much. Didn't mean as much to me as it did with the other teams. So, and even those relationships weren't as strong as those other teams. I still talk to my buddies I played with in Edmonton and Calgary. So, so it's just interesting that it's just a different. And it's some good things. Like I say, the money would be good, and all the attention one gets now because you're on TV so much and everything. Let me get to this. I think they need to but add an MVP.
What do you mean?
So you have a Heisman Trophy winner, and then you have your most valuable player, your most valuable collegiate player. Someone will vote on that versus, and you also have the Heisman.
But Steve, that's what the Heisman's supposed to be.
No, it's not. No, it's not. The Heisman doesn't necessarily go to the most valuable player on the team. And most of the time, it doesn't even go to the guy that's the best.
The Heisman lately has just gone to the best quarterback on the best team.
I mean, exactly.
That's what it's done. That's what they've done.
So I think who's the most valuable player right now? Right now,
if you took up that player, based on what the College Football Playoff Committee said, is Jordan Travis. Because without him, Florida State's not a playoff team.
Exactly. And he's not up for the Heisman.
Nope.
The Heisman is also a popularity contest.
Crazy how that works.
That's what I'm saying. It's eye candy.
Well, that's why everybody has their
you have to
billboards.
win so many games. You have to be in the national championship game. You have to be in the playoffs. Now, the guy from LSU has an outside chance. He may win the Heisman.
I think he's probably going to win.
Sometimes they get it right, and a lot of times they don't. And then also like the NFL has the most valuable player.
Yeah.
And most of the time it's a quarterback because that's a very valuable position. But the running back from Tennessee Titans, he could be a strong candidate for something like that. He was a valuable player.
The Heisman's supposed to go to the best collegiate player in college football. Like that's how it's supposed to be. But
I think
lately it's just always gone to the best quarterback. Whoever wins the Davey O'Brien usually ends up winning the Heisman.
That's not true. That's not true. Tommy Frazier.
I said usually. Well, I'm just saying.
I'm not taking isolated instances. But
well, back then you had running backs winning the Heisman too. I mean, it happens very, very few and far between lately. It's been a lot more quarterbacks than it has anything. I mean, you had a wide receiver win it when Devontae Smith won it, but even then, it was one of those arguments where, and this is something that I was talking with somebody about, where when a wide receiver wins it, it's really hard because they also have to return kicks and punts or be like a pseudo running back to have different stats. Because if your wide receiver has all these receiving yards and touchdowns, guess what? Your quarterback has all those passing yards and touchdowns.
It should not be a game based on statistics. That's another thing. I mean, in a perfect world, I just think they can add that to that's something that they can add to the game that makes it better and more appreciative to really acknowledge how valuable a player is to that particular team or to collegiate sports versus just the eye candy Heisman, right? I think that would be cool, especially where we're going to now. And we may see that instead of having like all Americans, you have like you're gonna have like all college. Like first team all college, you have pro, like you have all pro, then you can have some lower tier, beneath all pro. I mean, think about it, right? You have a legitimately, and I was like that when I played. Yeah, Troy Aikman, myself, Rodney Peete, Steve Walsh were the top quarterbacks when I was in school, right? Only one could be first team. Don McPherson, only one could be first team All American. There's different All American teams that you can make. I was Football News and Sporting News, and Sunkist Fiesta Bowl All American. So I made 3 of them first team. So it's different. And the game is growing, so it's gonna be interesting to see how they adjust. These are just things that I think about that could be fair, because it shouldn't be statistics.
How else would you do it?
That's why you have a committee. I could come up with it. You can't go by stats, man. And they don't all the time because Murray won it. Think about it, but it's because sometimes at the quarterback position, you're in an offense that makes you look a lot better than what you really are, and your stats could be good. And look at Bo Nix's stats; they were incredible.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Anyway, okay, I don't want to digress.
Bo Nix won the Heisman.
We covered a lot of ground today. So
who do you have winning? Real quickly, it's Jaden Daniels of LSU, Bo Nix, and Michael Penix.
I'm hoping Daniels will win, but I think Penix made a strong case against Oregon.
I think Jaden Daniels is going to win. I wanted Bo Nix to win, and I called him at the beginning of the season.
You can't discount Penix, man.
No, you cannot.
See, Penix would be my most valuable player. The LSU guy would win the Heisman.
Yeah.
That's why I come up with that.
That's going to do it for us. We'll see you next week.
Not many businesses can say they've made it 60 years, but Madsen's Bowling and Billiards can. With 12 bowling lanes and the biggest pool room in Nebraska, where else would you go to enjoy an afternoon or evening? There's a great daily specials like $2 Tuesdays, games of bowling, shoe rentals, draft beers, and tacos, all just $2 each. Have a delicious burger at EJ's Lounge before or after your bowling or pool session, and you'll leave satisfied. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards at 47th and Dudley.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference